Hello, this is Nick Kennedy, your gray man. And for those of you who are keeping score, it is the 27th of December. So we're just coming up on New Year's Eve. Hope you all got some great plans, at least better than mine, because I have nothing as of yet planned, which is how exciting my life is. Anyway, now my last podcast, I said I was going to watch. A movie, a Korean movie called The Chaser, which I actually did, and I was, going to review that tonight, and I will review it. But then just before I started this, I came up on a nugget, and you can make all these great plans, but when opportunity knocks, you've got to be willing to put aside what you plan to do and welcome a new opportunity. And just before I started this, I came upon the movies that are the movies to be watched for 2024. And I haven't really gone through it that much. I just glanced at it quickly and I thought, hey, this might be kind of fun to do. We certainly can do the movie The Chaser another time, and I do want to do it actually. Um, uh, First and foremost, because I just want to throw this out there, it is a Korean movie and it's subtitled. I wish I could remember that guy's name. Uh, but he was the same director that did the other movie that I saw, the Wailing, and this was one he did. I think the Wailing he did in 2016. Actually, I know he did in 2016. The Chaser he did in 2008. So it was one of his earlier works. And I didn't like it as much. But even with me not liking it as much, and by the way, most people seem to favor the first movie. I actually didn't, but it was still a good movie. The point I'm trying to get to is I'm also trying to watch Black Adam, The Rock that came out last year. And, as I said before, a lot of these movies coming out, the superhero movies, they remind me a lot of Saturday morning stuff that I used to watch when I was 10, like Dyna Girl and whatever they had there going on, Electro Woman, Dyna Girl, or they had an old Shazam that was pretty bad uh, Saturday morning too. They just don't seem to be much better than that. And I guess at least with The Chaser, which wasn't, by the way, bad. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying after watching The Wailing, I personally expected more. However, even with that, which was not quite on par with what I was hoping, it still had me guessing. And I was still trying to find out who's the good guy, who's the bad guy. Should we root for this person? Should we root for that person? It was still, a chess game. And watching Black Adam, there's just nothing at all to left the imagination there. I mean, you just know what you're getting, and you yawn your way through it, and you hope it doesn't go, beyond 2 hours. Although now for some reason, they always make movies beyond 2 hours. When I worked in the movie theater, way back when dinosaurs were, roaming the earth. Very rarely did we have a movie go 2 hours. It would have to be like a Jurassic Park to go over 2 hours. And a lot of times we had a movie under 90 minutes. Now everything's got to be over 2 hours. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent, which is going to happen a lot with me. Let's go through what I'm looking now as the movies that they've slated to be coming out next year. And I'm just going to give you my thoughts, because really I haven't gone through this again. I don't have any notes. So it's kind of like us doing it together for the first time. I only quickly glanced at it. So I really haven't given it much time or thought. But the first one we have here is Mean Girls. I'm sure everyone knows those. I guess it's not supposed to be. It says it's not really a remake of the 2004 movie with Lindsay Lohan and um, Amanda Seyfried, and the other two. It's a musical. Well, I thought the first one, which came out in 2004, was okay. I've seen it a couple of times. I'm not sure it was needed to be a musical. And I don't know if the musical calls for a movie, but that is not something that I'm going to be crossing off the calendar waiting for. So, and let's find out how much of these are remakes and sequels, because Hollywood's been doing that a lot. So let's just we'll consider that, I don't know, a remake, if you will. And okay, now here's something I know nothing about. Argyle. Director Matthew Vaughn. Nothing screams that he's done comes up. Dua Lipa. Okay, that's interesting. So it might be her acting debut. She's been doing commercials, but I don't recall her doing any acting off the top of my head. Henry Cavill, I'm glad to see he's gotten some work. I like him after what happened with The Witcher, and then he got snubbed by Superman. It's good to see that he's getting work again. I think he's a decent guy, by the way, and he's a real man. John Cena, okay, I'm coming back from Suicide Squad. Samuel L. Jackson's always a good deal. And Bryce Dallas Howard, I guess it's okay. Not crazy about her, but that's fine. She's solid. All right, and then Madam Web. Now, for those of you who do not know, Madam Web was a comic book character. So, by the way, the last one we'll call that an original. But Madam Web was a comic book character, and I think she was coming out of Spider-Man. I used to be big into comics back in the 80s, early 90s maybe. And she wasn't big then. Comics kind of go through a series of different people where they have different characters doing different things. She was not utilized very heavily when I read the comic books. But I guess here they're having Dakota Johnson, who I guess is easy on the eyes. But the truth of the matter is, the original Madam Web that I know of, and again, I never really read her comic books, but I know of her, was a blind old lady who was not Dakota Johnson. I did actually find a picture of her online. So this is kind of what, her look was in the comic books, not Dakota Johnson by a long shot. Like I said, an old lady, somehow she was hooked up to machines and she was blind for some reason. Okay, so they're taking some liberties with Madam Web. Dakota Johnson, she's a Melanie Griffith's daughter, Don Johnson's daughter too, I should mention. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with it. We'll call this, I don't know, it's not original because it's a comic book character. We'll call it, I don't know, kind of a sequel, a newfangled type of sequel, whatever. But it's not original. It's kind of now. Here's one that's interesting. Bob Marley, and I actually might be counting my calendar days for this. I think he died in 1975. Was probably a little before I was really plugged into music. So I might actually like to watch this one. So this is something, yeah, okay, sign me up. This is one I would like to watch. Dune. Okay, so this, I guess you can call it a sequel. Well, or you call it a remake because it was done with Con McLaughlin and David Lynch, who actually used the name Alan Smithy in his movie, which is another story. Artists who are ashamed of their work did that back then. They're not allowed to anymore. But technically, Alan Smithy directed it, but it was David Lynch. I tried watching part one of Dune, and it didn't last 15 minutes. I don't know why. It's supposed to be a good movie, and there's really no one there I don't like. I wonder about Timothée being Chalamet is, I guess, his last name, being a hero. Kyle MacLachlan wasn't the first one. I didn't really buy him as being much of a hero either, but Timothée Chalamet, I guess. There was a movie I was watching with Hostels, which came out, I think it was Christian Bale a few years ago, and they played army guys from like the Civil War times that had to help an Indian to get to his tribe, and they wanted to get all these tough guys because there's going to be a lot of fighting from other soldiers and other Indians. It was going to be a trek, and I guess Timothée Chalamet was one of the ones that was signed up to take the Indian to protect him to find his tribe. And in the first, I don't know, 5 minutes of the expedition, they ran into trouble and he was killed immediately. And I thought, yeah, that's kind of what I would expect. Nothing against Timothée Chalamet, but does he weigh over 99 pounds? He doesn't strike me as someone who should be Dune. Apart from that, I guess it's fine. I'll have to sit down and watch it though. I mean, but I do find the cast of characters, Zendaya is fine. I think she's good. I'll have to sit down and watch it because it's not fair to him, but maybe it is good. I heard a lot of good things about it. So Dune Part 2 is coming out. Let's continue. I read the books too, by the way. I read just about all the books. Kung Fu Panda. Okay, well, considering it's a 4, and I do remember when this first came out, I took my children to the drive-in, and they liked it. That seemed like a long time ago, considering they're both pushing 30 now. So yeah, Kung Fu Panda's been around for a while, and this is the fourth installment. So good for the children. Just I don't have to take them anymore, so I might give that one a pass. DreamWorks used to be a very good bet for children's entertainment. Oh, Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire. Well, I guess we can call that a sequel. More than that, there's been so many now. I don't even know. Yeah, this is not one I'm going to be counting down the days to. The first one that came out in the early '80s was good. I wasn't crazy about it, but it was good. I mean, I enjoyed it. There were some great liners. One where I think it was Chevy Chase actually, where Sigourney Weaver was possessed, and she was getting used to the fact she was in a female body, and she said something like, "Do you want this body?" And Chevy Chase goes, "Is that a trick question?" That's the one like that. That always gives me a chuckle whenever I think of that. But no, I mean, it was good. Ghostbusters. Do we really need another Ghostbusters? I'll let you decide. My thought is hell no. Okay, Mickey 17. Oh, this is Robert Pattinson. I don't know anything about this movie. I do know Robert Pattinson's Sears, obviously. Okay, it's a sci-fi movie. It doesn't look like it's a retread. Employees died. He's cloned with memories. Okay, it sounds like maybe the plot's been used before, but nothing wrong with that. Okay, Mark Ruffalo, Tony Collette. Okay, I guess yeah. Fine. Yeah, that might be worth a look. Godzilla and Kong. Oh boy. I don't know. Sequel, remake, you call it. Geez, I don't even know how many Godzilla versus Kong movies there are, let alone how many Godzilla movies or Kong movies. I know there's been at least 3 that I know of Godzilla versus Kong, and I'm sure I'm missing some. But okay, this is fine. Why not? It's kind of like it's always a fun time watching Godzilla and King Kong. So I'm not going to bash them over the head because it's a remake on this. To me, it's kind of like when you're at a party or something, or you're at a dance club, they play YMCA. Is it corny? Sure, yeah, but get up and dance. It's a fun time. So this would be my equivalent. Okay, Godzilla and King Kong. What else? What is there to say? Now, this is an interesting one that I heard about. Civil War. This is about not the Civil War from 1860s. This is the way this country has been broken, and I guess people are kind of guessing what would happen if something like that happened nowadays. I mean, certainly we are divided as a country. That's why I kind of try to stay away from anything too divisive. But yeah, no, it's it is a definite worry that people are really getting to be dug in what they believe. The only thing that I do know about this movie, which I find completely ridiculous, is I think that the states that are breaking off in the movie are California and Texas, and I cannot think of 2 states more different than California or Texas. So right there, I would kind of say, you could have gone in a different direction. I don't know what you'd want to use, maybe Washington State or something over on the West Coast that might not be, so conservative. But I do not see California and Texas hooking up for a steak dinner, let alone a civil war. But still, it's an interesting premise. I'll be open-minded. I think Jesse Plemons from Friday Night Lights, the TV show, and also Breaking Bad is in it. And yeah, I mean, it could be some fun. So, obviously, Kirsten Dunst, who is a very, very good actress. Yeah, so that might be worth a look. Challengers. This looks like Zendaya again. Don't think. Oh, it's a romantic comedy. Okay, well, so it doesn't look like a retread or a sequel. Okay. I mean, not something I'm going to rush out to see, but if I was dating again, and God, I hope that never happens again. Had enough dating. But if I was dating, I would probably entertain taking my lady friend to see this. But seeing as though I am not dating, my wife would have a problem with that. I think we're going to be giving that one a pass. Oh, The Fall Guy. Okay, so when I was in high school, The Fall Guy was actually premiering, I believe, with Lee Majors and Douglas Barr, and Marky Post and Heather Thomas. I just named the entire cast. Wow, I didn't think I was going to be able to do that. It was an entertaining show. It was something you watch and you forgot about it 5 minutes after you turned off the TV. Those days you had some action. There's usually girls running around in bikinis and stuff. So, the 14 to 15-year-old kids would get their jollies. And then, like I said, once it's over, it's over. Now they're doing a movie on it, obviously, because Lee Majors now would probably be a little too old for it. Ryan Gosling seems to be good. I'm a very big fan of Emily Blunt. Very big fan of Emily Blunt, by the way. Though she's playing Jodie in the TV show, Jodie was a stunt woman in training. But I guess in here, she's a director of a movie, which is fine. They're taking liberties, which is great. That's no issues there, as long as they do it well. All right, that might be something I might want to watch on cable when it comes out. I can't see me rushing off to the movies unless, you guys were looking for a review for it. Back to Black. Oh, this is the Amy Winehouse story. Yeah, what a tragedy. I can't help but feel, and this is not me going the movie, I really don't know much about the movie. I was kind of just surprised to see it here. But my first thought about this is, there have been some celebrities that I've seen, and before they die, I've actually thought to myself, this person obviously needs help. They've got to have some people that love them, that, talk to them. And maybe they do. I'm not saying they don't. But people, like Chris Farley was one. I saw him on his last appearance at Saturday Night Live, and he looks terrible. He was sweating bullets just standing still. And I thought, boy, this guy's not healthy. And I don't know how long after, I saw that he died. I mean, I want to say days, but it was, 30 years ago. So I could be off of that. It could be weeks, but it was soon afterwards. And Amy Winehouse, same thing. I mean, that woman, great voice, great talent, but she was troubled. And, I don't think anyone was too terribly shocked, saddened, but I don't think shocked, unfortunately. All right, moving along. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. Okay, so this is John Krasinski. It's kind of I guess, a children's show or movie. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, she's the woman who's been doing a lot of movies in the last Indiana Jones and the Dial of Dysentery, as Nerdrotic likes to say. Gary's a funny guy. But yeah, no, I guess it's a bad movie. I didn't actually see it, but I go for what he says, so I'll avoid it. But yeah, no, it's, I have no opinion on this. If I had little kids now, I'd probably take them. Though I'm sure my wife wouldn't be happy if I had any little kids running around. Furiosa. Okay, well, I know this was a really big movie that came out last year, and I didn't like it. I think I actually shut it off. Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy. I actually liked Tom Hardy. I thought he's a good guy to watch in movies. Charlize Theron. Yeah. Now, I do like Anya Taylor-Joy, although she seems to be in a lot of things nowadays. She's like the new Kevin Bacon. But, I mean, I do like her. I do enjoy her. I don't know how she gets around to all the movies. Would I watch this? My thought process is I would, I guess, if I was inclined to. Chris Hemsworth in there too. Okay, he's a good guy, Thor. I could be talked into it. Left to my own druthers? Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, I wouldn't rule it out. Garfield, well, okay. I guess you could call that a remake, or you can call it a sequel, but yeah, Garfield. Oh, Samuel Jackson, okay. Chris Pratt. Okay. So yeah, we'll call this a sequel, I guess. And the other one was a sequel to him. I've lost count. So sequel, well, there's a sequel. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes sequel, although I do kind of like them. But yeah, no, they are sequels though. But yeah, I would like to watch this though. I think I'd actually stand in line for a few minutes to watch this movie. I think they're pretty decent. And I do like monkeys. Ballerina, okay. John Wick spinoff So I guess we'd kind of call it a sequel. Now, I don't know about this, but there was a movie called Ballerina, and I'm wondering if this is the remake. I don't think so. It could just be they're both called Ballerina because this is a John Wick spinoff. So it's probably not a remake. Let's call this a sequel of sorts, though. It's kind of again a newfangled sequel because it's a spinoff, but it's not. It's not a complete retread, but it is. It's a spinoff from John Wick, which is 4 chapters deep now. Um, Lance Henrik, Lance Reddick, sorry, he was in The Wire. He passed on, unfortunately. Gabriel Byrne, geez, he's in a lot of good things. Oh, The Usual Suspect, Miller's Crossing. Yeah, good. Always a good time to watch him too. Norman Reedus from Walking Dead. I can't believe it took me a second to think of that. Oh, and Ian McShane. He's a great character actor from Deadwood. Um, yeah, I like Ian McShane. And also, he was in one of the John Wick movies, too. Maybe he was in 2 of them, but he was at least in 1. Oh, Bad Boys 4. Sequel. That's fine. And I don't expect much. I think when you walk in there what you're getting. You might get a couple of laughs. Let's see. Inside Out 2. Okay, well, they're right there because it's got a 2 next to it. I guess that would be a sequel. Never saw Inside Out, the original, though, and I don't really feel like I'm missing out on anything there. So another sequel. We're getting a lot of these sequels here, aren't we? Bike Riders. Who is this? Austin Butler, he was Elvis. Jodie Comer, okay. Now she was actually in that show Killing Eve, that I actually watched with Sandra Oh, and it's funny, I liked the show for the most part. It's really weird though because Jodie Comer at the beginning, she was okay. I just, what, she was okay. She's not bad looking. She was a good actress, but she actually grew on me as the show went on, and I saw her recently in the last Duel with Matthew Damon and Adam Driver, which is, by the way, a pretty good movie. And she looked pretty good to me. She actually has grown on me as an actress and as being attractive. So that's pretty interesting. So I'm actually turning into a Jodie Comer fan, but I wasn't at the beginning. So this might actually, and Tom Hardy's in it. Always, yeah, he's obviously a great actor. So that's new. Oh, here's another sequel though. A Quiet Place Day One, which is actually, I believe, the 3rd installment, but Emily Blunt's in it. So I might catch that because I do enjoy her. And I wonder if John Krasinski is going to be directing it. It doesn't say. So, yeah, I mean, it's a sequel, but I might go see that one, sure. Horizon, an American Saga. Kevin Costner co-written and produced. American West. Well, it doesn't really say much there, but I do like me a good Western. So is it 2-parter? Because it says June 28th and August 16th. So I guess maybe being a saga. Yes, it's 2 parts. Right there. It says 2 parts. Boom. Okay. All right. Despicable Me. Yes, I took my children to the drive-in to watch that also. But it was one of the early ones, I think, probably Despicable Me, the original. But yes, they're doing another one with the Minions. And, it's good for a laugh. But again, nothing original here. Not really much to say there. Twisters. Now, this was a movie that came out, I want to say, goodness, 1994. Helen Hunt and Philip Seymour Hoffman. Boy, what a tragedy that guy did. He was going to be a great actor. And he died in 2014 now. Jeez, that's terrible. Anyway, what a waste. God. Anyway, Twisters. This looks like is it a remake? Or is it a sequel? Bill Paxton was in the original, but he's dead now, so I don't think he'd be in the remake or whatever this is. I don't think he did it before he died. Doesn't really say much here except the original. Yes, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Carrie Rules. I don't know, but it's at very least it's a remake. It might be a sequel. I don't really know what they do a sequel from that though. Okay, next one, Deadpool 3, another sequel. Two characters I think everyone loves, Wolverine and Deadpool. That should be interesting if it's done correctly. I wonder who's directing it. Does it say? Oh, no, it does say Walt Disney, so hopefully they'll throw at it a decent director. Um, lately, they've just been tossing in, rookies into big movies like Nia DaCosta. And I really hope. Oh, that means that I'm running late because I do go on tangents. So I'll finish this up pretty quickly. So yeah, so it's Disney. Hopefully they'll give it somebody who can actually do it some do it some justice because it could be quite good with those two guys. But if they put in another rookie, I don't know. Who knows? Borderlands. Oh, Jack Black. Know nothing about this. Eli Roth. I don't think I know anything he's done. I know he directs. I don't think he's directed anything of note, but I have heard the name. Uh, Kate Blanchett, sure. Kevin Hart, yeah. Jack Black, yeah. Bobby Lee, Jamie Lee Curtis, yeah. Okay. Edgar Ramirez, yeah. I haven't seen Ramirez. I haven't seen him in a while. Um, okay. Well, I mean that could be interesting. Um, it doesn't look like it's going to be a comedy with Jack Black though. Oh, it's from video game. Oh, I don't know what you're going to get then. All right. Well, we'll see. I guess life's full of surprises. Craven the Hunter from Spider Man. Yeah. My thought about this is I really like him as a villain against Spider Man. I would be much more excited if there was a Spider Man movie where he was facing off against Craven the Hunter. Unlike Madam Web, Craven the Hunter was in the comic books quite a bit when I was reading them, um, and I would have gotten really excited if I was younger with a Craven versus Spider-Man movie. Craven the Hunter on his own doing his, I guess, I'm not sure anyone asked for this movie. I think he should have been in a Spider-Man movie. He's a really good villain against Spider-Man. Whether he's a leading character in his own franchise, I don't know. Uh, Probably not. I'm thinking. Uh, Although he's from Nocturnal Animals, and anyone who's not seen that movie, that's I should start throwing these movies out there that I watched that not a lot of people know, but I think it's on Netflix. At least it was when I watched it. If you've not seen Nocturnal Animals, I would highly recommend that with Amy Adams, Jake Gyllenhaal, and this gentleman, Aaron Taylor Johnson, plays a meanie in it, and it's a really, really good movie. I would highly recommend it. Not for the kiddies, though. Not for the kiddies at all. Okay, now we got Beetlejuice, a sequel. Beetlejuice 2. I remember when Beetlejuice 1 came out, of course. Um, Michael Keaton and Tim Burton. Winona Ryder was in the first one. I don't know if she's going to be in the second one. Yeah, Winona Ryder's returning. Catherine O'Hara was in the first one. Sure, she's returning. It was a good time. I think, if I'm not wrong, it came out in 1988. I think I remember that coming out around then. Might have been 87, but I think it was 88. And I went to see it. It was okay. Um, did it deserve a sequel? I don't know. That's for you to decide on September 6th. Transformers 1. Okay. Well, we know about Transformers. Scarlett Johansson. Oh, yeah. This is an interesting cast. Not the people I would normally expect to see in a Transformer movie. Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, John Hamm, okay, Lawrence Fishburne, Brian Tyree Henry. He's another guy's popping up everywhere. He's from Atlanta, and a bunch of the stuff he's done recently. He's come up on. I think he's one of the Godzilla movies or something recently. Interesting, interesting. For the cast, I might tend to go see that, but again, it's a sequel, and yet another sequel. I have not actually watched a Saw movie from beginning to end. That's my confession for the day. I probably should because everyone watches them, but I'm not really big on the whole slasher mentality in movies. But I suppose I should, just for the sake that I'm going to be reviewing movies. But that's obviously a sequel. Um, Joker sequel, Lady Gaga. Okay. Um, all right, first movie was pretty decent. Let's see what happens second time around. I've really no expectations of this. It's interesting though because it is a DC character, but they don't seem to be bringing it in. Oh, Zazie Beetz. Oh, hold on. Hello. Okay, I might go see this after all. She was in Atlanta too. Donald Glover's girlfriend. Very, very bright spot in that show. Brendan Gleeson, yeah, I guess Harry Potter. I guess he was in that. And I don't forget where it's going with this. But anyway, oh yeah, that he's a character in DC, but they don't seem to bring him under the DC umbrella. It's almost like he's the whole Joker's franchise, at least at this point, seems to be an island upon itself, which is kind of interesting. Smile 2, okay, well, obviously sequel. Saw the first one. For what it is, it was fine. I think I saw it around Halloween. Might have been on Halloween. I saw it. Um, yeah, okay. It's fine. It's not going to save the whales though. But yeah, it kills a couple hours maybe. Um, Terrifier 3, another sequel. Boy, these sequels are just coming out, aren't they? Um, I saw like the first one. I didn't see the second one. I'm sure we can all guess what's in the third one. Much of the same of what we've seen already. If you're into that kind of stuff, yeah, okay. Personally, nah, not really me. Um, Probably watch it on a dare, but I mean, that's about it. Uh, Venom 3. Oh, wow, these sequels are coming out. We all know what to expect with that. We've seen Venom 1 and 2. Tom Hardy in it. Yeah, he's returning. It's Tom Hardy. They're okay. Nothing I'm going to be too crazy about. Gladiator 2. Oh, goodness. Ridley Scott, is he directing this? I know that yes, he returns. Okay. Well, at least it's going to be quality. Ridley Scott's doing it. I did actually take a date on. She didn't want to see a movie, and I forced her to go see Gladiator. I didn't force her. I mean, I talked her into it. Nowadays, you got to be careful what you say. I didn't drag her into it and tie her down. I think I enticed her with ice cream, actually. But she actually watched it and she enjoyed it, and I certainly did too. So I was glad we went. Yeah, but let's see what they do with it. I mean, it's 24 years, I guess, since the first one came out. I really don't think they're going to have Russell Crowe being the hero. I don't know. That's interesting. Last time I saw Russell Crowe was in was it one of those Thor movies, Thor: Love and Thunder or something, and he didn't look all that good there. So my thought is he probably either hit the gym heavily, or he's probably not going to be in the lead role in this. But we'll check it out and see. Wicked Part 1. Ooh, okay. Well, we all know Wizard of Oz, kind of. So I'm not sure if you want to call this a sequel. Ariana Grande, okay. I mean, she acted yet? I don't think I know her acting. She's got a great voice. That I'll tell you. Don't think. Oh yeah, she actually did Nickelodeon, didn't she? That's right. She did that show that my children used to make me watch. I don't know, something cat and I don't know with that other girl, the blonde. I don't know, McCarthy. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, but yeah, okay. Apart from the Nickelodeon or Disney or whatever that was, Sam and Cat maybe was that they call it? I don't remember. That Wizards of Wizarding Place. My son used to make me watch. Anyway, I guess she's an actress. The Karate Kid. Wow. Okay. Well, this could be interesting. I don't know what you want to call this. A sequel, remake, a little of both, neither. I don't know. But the characters are returning. Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio. No, Jackie Chan was, I guess, Mr. Miyagi from another remake. And of course, Ralph Macchio was in the original. So that's kind of odd. But okay. Well, interesting. Cobra Kai is a great show, though. I did enjoy that. Mustafa the Lion King. Okay, I guess this could be called maybe a sequel or a prequel. Who knows? Uh, it looks like live action. It doesn't look like it's animation. Okay. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, another sequel. I'm noticing a trend here, people. Nosferatu remake. I'm sure everyone knows Nosferatu was basically Dracula. They way back when, I think that they wanted to do a movie, and there was copyright on Dracula, so they changed the name to Nosferatu, and it kind of spawned off a bunch of vampire movies that were really Dracula, but Nosferatu's kind of become its own individual vampire now. But originally, it was just another name for Dracula that they saved some suing and court costs to name it Nosferatu. But it is Dracula. Uh, okay. Bill Skarsgård, he's okay. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. That's got to be a sequel, obviously. Oh, how many more do we have here? Oh, that's it. Okay. Well, let's go too far over. Well, I think we pretty much have seen what I thought we were going to see, and that is 85% are either sequels or remakes or some kind of offshoot. So yeah, I guess we can expect another year of nothing original, which is unfortunate because I think there are a lot of movies that deserve some credit. I got to tell you, I'm going to continue watching and recommending little known movies and foreign films. I think, you know, I got to tell you, just Nocturnal Animals that I recommended a few minutes ago, I would highly recommend over, I'm sure, just about anything that we're going to be getting next year. Um, and I'll continue with little gems that are either free. I'm going to try to do like a list of movies that you can watch for free because you don't want to have to go to Amazon and pay money. If you can watch it with a couple of ads, I'm guessing at least that's how I think. Unlike with Freevee or Tubi or something with Pluto. All right, well that's it for now. If you do like this, please hit the button, share, and subscribe. Spread the word, and I hope you guys got a lot of fun out of this. It was good for you too. Take care now. This is Nick Kennedy saying goodnight.